Hello, YouTube. This is Mage Power. We're coming to you live. Well, sort of live. This is live reaction, anyways. There have been Ice Barrier reveals. I've already had a little bit of it spoiled because I overheard on Hardleg Joe's stream. This has something to do with Trishula. I don't know exactly what these do, but I know he was talking about them. So I quickly cut that off before I got it all spoiled. For those of you who've watched the other videos that came before this as well, you can see I've updated my setup for this a little bit. I'm still messing with that, messing with the setup here, seeing what works, what doesn't. Anyways, if you're catching this video early as well, I'm probably live on Twitch, so follow me right up here, twitch.tv/magepower. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to get into these cards and see if they are good. This is Ice Barrier support. Legitimately Ice Barrier support. So, Ice Barrier of the Frozen Prison reveals broken extra deck dragons come in threes. Posted literally just a few minutes ago. This is... I'm not going to attempt to read the Japanese because I'm sure I'll murder it. Trishula Sub-Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Okay, so it does involve Trishula. This is literally Trishula. You know, you could probably have figured that one out, though, just by the art. One tuner plus two non-tuners, so same as Trishula. It is a level 11, 2700, 2000. I believe that is the same stats as Trishula, actually. But level 11 is interesting because I believe the only other level 11 synchro is Star Eater. So it's actually kind of interesting that we would get another level 11. But that also means if it's 1 plus 2, that means you could do a 4, and a 3, which means that's actually kind of generic. Because I know those are probably the best levels. 3 plus 4 plus 4. Level 3 tuner being able to summon that off something like Halqifibrax. Yeah, that I could see this easily being done. You can only use this card's second effect once per turn. When this card is synchro summoned, you could banish up to 3 cards your opponent controls. Okay. Boom, straight off the bat. This is not once per turn. If you can keep making this card, you can keep banishing your opponent's cards. This card's already good. I don't care what the second effect says. If this synchro summon card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon one Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier from your extra deck or graveyard. And if you do, its attack becomes 3,300. Then the current attack of any face-up monster your opponent controls becomes halved, and their effects are negated. Yo. Like, this effect's not bad. I wouldn't play this card for this effect, but this is kind of like just icing on the cake. The fact it's banished 3 cards as well. 3 cards, not like 3 monsters or 3 spell or traps. Yeah, it's not the same where you could banish from graveyard and hand, but it's still banishing 3 cards your opponent controls. Good card. I like this card a lot. This is a very good card. I don't even... I feel like you could almost play this card without playing the other Trishula in the extra deck if you can't make it. Simply because you don't really need this effect. This card breaks boards. This is what this card is designed to do. Oh, let's slap 3 monsters together, get rid of 3 cards on your field. I like this card a lot, actually. Mirror Master of the Ice Barrier. Water Spellcaster effect monster. So it's a main deck monster. Level 4. 1,700, 1,000. Spellcaster is pretty good, obviously. Water's also an attribute that's been being supported recently. You can only use this card's name second and third effect once per turn each. While you control an Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot tribute summon another Ice Barrier monster. So you have to control 2 to get that restriction. I mean, I guess if you're facing, like, Draco? Like, how relevant is tribute summoning? Like, come on. That that this effect in modern Yu-Gi-Oh is pointless. What is the point of this being here? Unless you're facing like Draco or Monarchs, which neither are relevant. I mean, I guess maybe going against Necros, but they still also side out the like they don't even play that stuff going first. So by the time you set this up, they aren't playing it. I don't even know why I mentioned Necros. That's I don't like that effect. You can discard one card, special summon one Ice Barrier Tuner from your deck, although you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except water monsters. Ice Barrier Tuners, huh? What do we have for that? Quick, quick search Ice Barrier Tuners. I apologize for this quick looking up, but I actually don't know what the tuners for Ice Barrier are. Okay, so I don't have a scene to show you this right here unless I could click and drag, I guess. Does that show it? No, it's not going to show it. Oh, well, but either way, we have Geomancer, which discard a card, declare an attribute, cannot be selected as an attack target with that attribute. Dew Dark, if it's the only, it can attack direct if it's the only, if only face up level 2 or lower monsters are on your field. You have Defender, which says monsters can't attack unless they have attack greater than its defense. And you have Cryomancer, which says level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack while you control another. So I don't think any of those are really all that great. I think you have to play. I think the tuners at that point become a brick. But you have a level 3, a level 2, a level 3, and a level 2. So that means with this card being a level 4, you can get to either a level 7 or 8. So you're locked into level 7 or 8 water synchro with just this card, which isn't terrible. But what can he actually do with that? I'm I feel like this might have some potential. I'm not sure. I I think the jury for me is out on this card. I don't know if this is. I think this has potential. I'm sure this card down below is probably a tuner that you could summon off this. So let's get to that before I make any conclusions on this. So we have Frost, Spirit of the Ice Barrier, Water Sea Serpent Tuner. Okay, it is a tuner. So if this card is good, this card could be good as well. So let's see. Level 1, 400 attack, 200 defense. Okay, stats are kind of but it's a level 1, so who cares? You can only use this card's second effect once per turn. While you control another Ice Barrier monster, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. Meh. During your main phase, you can send one level 3 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card's level becomes the sent monster's level until the end of this turn. So level modulation, I guess that's alright. That's alright. You have level 4 that summons a level 1 that can modulate levels. I don't know if any of the Ice Barriers have graveyard effects. If any of the Ice Barriers have graveyard effects that this can abuse by sending, let me know down in the comments, because if there are, this could actually be pretty good. I don't see this as being great, but I see this as actually not bad. You know, this plus this. I think this is probably the tuner you play simply because it's better than all the others that we have. Because let's be honest, those tuners that I described before are pretty bad. So, um, yeah. I think this is probably the card that you're most excited about right here. This card is broken and it's generic. So, yeah, this card is broken. I like this card a lot. I think this card on release will be a very sought after card and probably meta relevant. These two I like. I know we're getting Ice Barrier support, and this probably is only the start of it, but I don't think that these two alone fix the issue. But I think given more support, this card is probably going to be a good card for the deck. I don't see it right now. I think it's a good card for the deck in general right now, but I don't think the deck is necessarily better because of this card. I think it's still a pretty bad deck at best. And I think this is probably the new best tuner as well, but this is the same problem. It's just not enough for the deck. So I think with more support, this has at least upwards potential. I'll give it that. It has upwards potential. But again, this is the card to look at. This is the card that I'm paying attention to. Anyways, if you like the video, like, subscribe. I will be live in just a couple minutes. If you're getting here real early, I probably will be live here on Twitch. Again, follow me. Hit that like and subscribe here on YouTube as well. If you do enjoy this video, please consider supporting me as well. I do have a link to my Streamlabs on my Twitch. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a good night or day, depending on where you are and what time you're watching this.